Hi guys, and welcome back to a new video. In today's video, I will explain how you can get the new secret mount from patch 11.0.5, and this is this really cool green motorcycle mount which is called Incognitro, the Indecipherable Felcycle. So this mount will require you to do quite a lot of things, but in the end you will be able to get the mount, and this one is for free in-game, so definitely an added value compared to the red one. Before you start, there are a few things that you need to do in order to then be able to do this entire farm. So first of all, you will need to get the following toys in order to unlock some of the different items you need to then get the mount. You have the Torch of Pirates, you have the Idol of Onahara, and also the Tricked Out Thinking Cap. So normally these different toys were available during the Secrets of Azeroth event during Dragonflight, but if you don't have them, you will be able to unlock them very easily by simply doing the first few quests that Helix in the WoW 20th anniversary celebration area will give you, and that are linked to the guest relations, and like that you will be able to receive all three toys. So basically here you will have to go and talk to Maru and Benatok, and you will then have to do a few quests. So the first quest is very simple. You just want to go around the main area and you want to pick up a few things. So first you want to go where there is the medical tent, and here normally you will find the first two clues. As you can see, there is one that is on the tent and one that will be behind the tent. Then after that you want to go in front of the story event, and here you want to talk to Ratt, who is sitting on one of the bench. And finally, when this is done, you want to go behind the Fashion Frenzy event, and here normally you will be able to find this thing on the ground and you can just click on it. Now that this is done, this quest can be completed, and then you will be able to get another quest. So this time you will need to go in the south part of the map near the entrance of Uldum, and here you will be able to start a new quest line. This questline will first require you to go and click on the brazier in order for you to get one of the toys that were previously available during the Secrets of Azeroth event. Then after that you will have to go to the South Moon Ruins, who are again at the southern part of Tanaris. And here you will need to go on the eastern part of the ruins. You will find this crystal, and you just want to use the toy, the torch, on the crystal. It will summon one of these mobs. You can just kill the worm, and when this is done, you can loot the worm. Then you want to go on the northern part of the South Moon Ruins, and here you will find the head of this statue. You just want to use again the torch toy, and normally you will be able to pick up a crystal from the second eye of the statue. Then after that you need to go to the South Moon Ruins, which is a little bit more north and near the Gaping Chasm part of Tanaris. And here you will need to go exactly there, and you will have this chest that you can again use the torch on, and like that you will then be able to pick up the chest. And then you want to go where there is this guy that will be just standing there. You want to use the torch again, and now you will be able to defeat this guy. And like that, the quest is complete. So then you can go back to the main celebration area. Here you will have to complete the quest, and then you will just have to do a few more quests around this area, including one where you need to use this hat, and then you just want to go in 3 different places around the area. First, you want to go at the entrance where there is the sunstone and next to the balloons vendor. Then you want to go just behind the Fashion Frenzy zone. And finally, you want to go where there is Taiwan, where there are all the different pets. And then like that, you will be able to complete the quest. Finally, you just want to buy the spiritual incense from Benatok and use it. And like that, you will be able to complete this little quest line. Once you have these different toys with you, you will also need to unlock this achievement, Azeroth's Greatest Detective, that will require you to complete 2 of the following achievements. So 2 of these different achievements are linked to the secret crates that you can farm when you are doing all the different guest relations quest lines. Basically, each time you will be able to find a crate, and it will give you a quest item, and by completing the quest you will be able to have 1 point that will count towards the achievement. You will need to do the first few quests that will also unlock the different toys in order to then be able to go and start farming these different crates. And you have a first achievement that will require you to complete or to at least get 6 of these different crates. And then the second one will require you to get all of them, which in total accounts to 11. Right now you can't do this achievement because the last one is not available yet, but normally tomorrow or this week you should be able to complete this achievement. And so if you want, you can complete this Azeroth's Greatest Detective achievement by simply completing all the different crates. And this is something that is honestly pretty easy to do. Next to that, you also have this one right here, Assistant to the Assistant Guest Relations. And so all you have to do is to complete all the side storylines for all the different guest relations. Again, here you want to go and talk to Elix in the WoW 20th Anniversary Celebration area, and she will give you all the different quests that will start these different storylines, and all you have to do is to complete the different storylines. For this one, if you want to do it, I will link in the description the video of another content creator who did a really good job at summarizing all the different steps. This is something that will probably take you 20-30 minutes or maybe a little bit more depending on how fast you are. So definitely something to consider because this is not too difficult overall. And finally, you also have this one right here. I saved the party and all I got were these lousy arts. And so you will simply have to complete the 4 different chapters of the guest relations storyline, the main one. Again, this is something that right now you can't complete because the last chapter is not available yet. But normally in the next few days, it will be the case and then you will be able to complete that and it will count towards the achievement. So personally, I would recommend you, if you haven't started and you're trying to do it as fast as possible, to really do the different crates because the crates are super easy to gather. And normally by getting 11 of them, you will unlock both achievements. And so you will get the detective title. Again, it's really up to you to see because with these other ones, you will also be able, of course, to unlock other type of rewards. So up to you, but overall, this is very important for you to get this achievement done. So the first step is for you to complete the quest Rat's Race and to get the Peculiar Gem. In order to start this quest, you want to go right here in Dornogal and you want to talk to the Dalaran Survivor. If you are not equipping the detective title that you got from the achievement I mentioned at the beginning of the video, you won't be able to interact with the Dalaran Survivor or at least to get the quest. But once you're using the title, you will not be able, as you can see, to have a dialogue option with the Dalaran Survivor, and at some point you will be able to accept the Rat's Race quest. This quest will require you to gather a few clues, and the first one you will be able to find it in Azj-Kahet. You will have to go to the south of the map, and here in this cave you will be able to go where normally there are different fungarians mobs that are around, and by using normally your different toys, you will be able to find the unfinished note on the ground. And if you're struggling to find the cave, the coordinates are 6934 and 9332. Once this is done, you want to go and get the second clue. For this one, you will need to go where there is the City of Threads, and here at this specific location, you want to go on this ledge where you will have basically the view on the entire City of Threads. And normally here you will be able to find the Hastily Scrawled Note, which is the second clue. Again, the coordinates are 3149, 2075. After that, you want to go in the direction of Allowfall, and here around this area, you will be able to find the secret lake, and inside of the lake, you will be able to get the water resistant note. So here the different coordinates are 50, 73, 86, 64, and it's basically at the border between Allowfall and Azj-Kahet. The last step is for you to go near Fire's Advance in Azj-Kahet, and here you want to enter this cave. And when you're in this cave at this exact location, you will be able to jump on the wall and you will be able to enter this secret door that will bring you to the secret room where rats will be there. All you have to do is to fight rats, and when you do so, you will then be able to complete the quest. and as a reward, you will receive the Peculiar Gem. The second step is for you to get the Peculiar Key. So here you want to go in the Ungoro crater, and in the Marshal's Refuge at this exact location, you will be able to use your torch, and at some point you will be able to pick up this inert Peculiar Key from the ground. And then all you have to do is to combine this inert Peculiar Key with the Peculiar Gem that you received just before, and it will create the Peculiar Key. Now the first step is for you to access the Karazhan Catacombes. So here you want to go in Deadwind Pass, where there is the entrance for the Karazhan raid, and instead of going into the raid, you want to go on your right, and normally you will be able to find this gate that will allow you to enter the Karazhan Catacombs. And when you're using your Torch of Pirate Toy, normally you will be able to have now a portal that will allow you to enter this zone. And now the main thing you need to do is to find rats. And as you can see, you will be able to access this entire zone, which are the Karazhan Catacombs. When you are inside the catacombs, you will be able to find the Felcycle in the last room right here. And what's interesting is that you will have all these different pillars around the mount. And in order to unlock all the different pillars, you will need to do different types of activities. The first one will require you to go in the Broken Isles, in the Isle of the Watcher in Azuna. And here you will need to get the pet, the fledgling Warden Owl. If you can't get it through the different renowned quartermasters or the reputation quartermasters, you will need to get it through the auction house, and depending on when you're doing that, these different pets might be a little bit expensive, so I would recommend you to try and maybe check if they are cheaper on Overrealms, and then using your Warband Bank, you can easily transfer some gold on these Overrealms and buy the pet on these Overrealms. So once you're on the island and you have your pet with you, you want to fly around and look for all of the Watcher status. So here, normally you will be able at some point to find some of them, and most of the time when you will click on them, it will tell you that you can't do that right now. You need to wait for them to be activated, and normally they will have specific colors around them, and you want to go at that moment, click on them, and you will receive a buff, and you want to make sure that your pet also receives the buff. Normally you can see the pet will become either red, blue, green, or purple, and you will normally get the buff on him. So you don't need to have the pet getting all the different buffs at the same time. The pet just needs at some point to get all the different buffs. And in total, you need to get 4 different buffs, the red one, blue one, green one, and purple one. So really here, my main recommendation is for you to just run around, just fly around with your pet. And when there are some of these different statues that are activated, just go, and if you have a color that you're missing, make sure to go click on it with your pet with you. And here it's important to note that normally the order doesn't really matter, because some of these different statues will have different colors depending on when you go and have a look at them. So basically just again, fly around and try to find all the different things you need. And when you will be done, normally your pet will have a white orb that will be floating on top of his head, and that's how you know the pet will be empowered. And as you can see, really, these different statues are all around the main island, so you can really find some a little bit everywhere. And so again, not all of them will be activated at the same time. It will only be 4 at the same time, so then you need to wait if you're still missing one of the colors that are not available at that time. And when this is done, as you can see, the first pillar around the mount will now have 4 different orbs, and it will be activated. So this is the first part of this entire quest line in order to get the mounts. This is a very big secret. There's a lot of things involved, and sadly right now we don't know how to activate the other pillars yet. So the WoW secret finding community, who are the people doing all the hard work right now, are currently trying to resolve all the other secrets that are linked to this mount, and hopefully this is something we will be able to do during the week. But I will make sure to make a second part to this video later on, as soon as we know how to finally get your hands on the mount. So I will see you all very soon, hopefully this time with a complete guide. See you!